Time now for the Morning Rush.
And we start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Next big weather maker doesn't move in until Sunday. So until then, another mid sunshine across the entire state. Nice warm temperatures this afternoon. Tomorrow looks even better. We stick with the sunshine and high pressure, and temperatures even warmer as we finish up the week. Crystal?
Thanks so much, Kristen. We're following the day's top local stories. We start with Catherine Mazzone live in the Newsplex.
Hours from now, the governor is expected to sign a bill that would increase availability of a life-saving drug. Naloxone, or Narcan, reverses the effects of opioid overdoses. The HOPE initiative gets that drug to more people who need it. It will get naloxone to treatment facilities that treat opioid addiction with replacements like methadone. It will also make the drug available to inmates suffering from opioid addiction and equip law enforcement officers with naloxone, since officers are often the first to respond to overdoses. More on controversy surrounding the bill coming up in our 5 Facts.
Happening later today, President Trump is expected to meet with his Chinese counterpart at his Mar-a-Lago resort. The two leaders are expected to discuss North Korea's missile program and U.S. trade with China. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson helped to arrange the visit with China's president during his trip to Beijing last month.
On to other news this morning. A parent pretty upset with how officials at Susie Reyes Marmon Elementary handled a scary situation. Last Tuesday, a parent got a call that another student had attacked her son with a razor blade, leaving him with this gash. Now, she's concerned that the school never told other parents about the incident. APS won't say if the accused attacker was punished, but did say he was moved to another classroom.
Man is sitting behind bars this morning after an Albuquerque business owner says he caught him red-handed holding a garage sale with his belongings. Pat Malloy of Malloy Mobile Storage says 46-year-old Dwayne Wynn has been stealing from his customers for months. After Wynn's latest arrest, Malloy and his team did a stakeout at Wynn's home near San Mateo and Candelaria and found him selling the stolen goods, they say.
The city says it wants to hire more people to help its understaffed police department investigate property crimes. The crime reporting technicians will collect evidence, take reports, interview witnesses, even testify in court. Many of them have a military or law enforcement background. In the last week alone, there have been 271 reported break-ins, car thefts, and even burglaries.
On to this story this morning, we're getting a better look at video of a woman who was mistakenly let out of the Santa Fe jail. On Saturday, Santa Fe County Jail, guards say they realized they had released the wrong inmate. Angelina Ginzo was found just a couple of miles away. Deputies say that Ginzo told them that she was Andrea Quintana. They say she signed Quintana's release paperwork and even took her belongings with her. She was then taken back to jail.
Some Santa Fe High School basketball players waking up suspended this morning. The Santa Fe New Mexican reports it could be linked to a possible sex crime. According to the report, at least 2 Santa Fe High School boys told police they knew that a female classmate did not give consent to let others watch a sexually explicit video. No one has been charged in this case. As
UNM looks for its next basketball coach this morning, the school is working out how it plans to pay Craig Neal's buyout. According to the Journal, the school will pay the $1 million buyout in 24 monthly payments. The cost will be covered by the athletics department. The Journal also reports the department owes the university $1.5 million, borrowed to cover costs after finishing with a deficit in 2016.
On to new news this morning. The U.S. women's soccer team has scored a goal with a new contract. The Players Union announced a labor deal to settle a dispute over equal pay with male players. The contract includes a raise and bonuses and gives players some control over marketing rights.
Tonight, thousands of fans are expected to come out to Isotopes Ballpark for the team's home opener against the Salt Lake Bees. Preparation for tonight's game started months ago, but hundreds of people have been out here working around the clock to get the stadium and field ready. This season, fans can expect new family-themed nights, giveaways, and decadent food options. The game starts at 6:30. Kristen?
Severe weather is once again taking aim at the southeast. About a dozen tornadoes were reported in the Midwest and South over the last 48 hours. This one in Missouri, another touchdown in southwest Georgia. At least 3 people in Florida were injured by lightning. Now, the system is expected to take aim at parts of the mid-Atlantic coast later on today. We will keep a close eye on it. Here at home, not a whole lot going on. That Metro Threat Index down to 1 because of some chilly temperatures we have out there now, but no significant threats this afternoon. We're looking at sunshine, nice warm temperatures above average, and winds less than 15 miles per hour. Crystal?
We're still waiting to find out when 5 Payless shoe stores will close their doors in New Mexico. That does include the store in Montgomery near Wyoming. 2 are in Roswell, another in Las Vegas, 1 in Alamogordo. The company's filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection and closing nearly 400 stores nationwide as part of the reorganization.
If you're an Amazon user, you're going to want to pay attention to this story. Amazon has agreed to refund more than $70 million in purchases made by kids on mobile devices without their parents' consent between 2011 and 2016. Last year, a court found that the company did not do enough to get parents' consent when kids made in-app purchases of online games or other apps.
On to new details about pregnancies. A new study says eating an unhealthy diet during pregnancy may actually damage the metabolism of both the mother and the baby. It found that a high-fat, high-sugar diet actually programs the body for potential health complications later on in life. That does include a higher risk for type 2 diabetes, obesity, and heart disease.
And the CDC's most recent survey finds that the human papillomavirus, or HPV, remains the most commonly sexually transmitted infection in the U.S. The report finds that 42% of adults aged 18 to 59 have HPV. Nearly 23% have the high-risk strain that can cause cancer in both men and women.
Now let's get a check on that Thursday morning commute. Good news is there's no major incidents to slow you down. Starting to see a little bit more company, though, I-25 southbound right as you hit the Big I, as well as I-40 eastbound right before you hit I-25.
How about this? You can now watch live TV on YouTube. It just launched its new service. YouTube TV costs $35 a month, and it includes shows from the major networks: Bravo, ESPN, Fox Sports. The YouTube TV service caters to the growing number of people who are cutting the cord.
I like this idea. Okay, sports fans, listen up. A golf tradition tees off today. The Masters 4-day tournament from Augusta, Georgia invites the best golfers from around the world. The winner dons the infamous green jacket, one of the most iconic trophies in sports. You can watch the Masters this weekend right here on KRQE.
How about this? Today's National Caramel Popcorn Day.
Oh, yeah.
This sounds good. Combining caramel and popcorn goes back more than 150 years. It's made by mixing a sugar solution or molasses and then heating until the sugar turns to a golden brown color. The caramel is then drizzled over popcorn and mixed in.
Delicious.
Let's celebrate.
Let's go. All right, time now for the 5 facts.
Start with number 5. A New Mexico national monument is getting a lot of national attention this morning. Reader's Digest named the Organ Mountains Desert Peaks National Monument one of the 10 practically secret national parks you'll want to visit this spring. The monument was established in 2014 by presidential proclamation.
Number 4, by next fall, CYFD is expected to launch a new pilot program to help teach kids about child abuse at some New Mexico schools. CYFD says it receives thousands of calls per year, many of which come from schools. Packets of information on warning signs and how to report suspected child abuse went out to schools throughout the state this week.
At number 3, nice and warm this afternoon as highs climb to the low 70s here in the metro. We'll see even 80s to the south. Everybody gets sunshine and light winds less than 15 miles per hour.
Number 2 now. A showdown in the Senate could come later on today. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is expected to change Senate rules to help push through a Supreme Court nominee, Neil Gorsuch, a move Democrats have been fighting. It takes 60 votes to stop a filibuster and end debate on a nomination. However, Republicans have fallen short of securing enough support. McConnell is warning of, quote, going nuclear, which will do away with filibusters for Supreme Court nominees.
And number 1 happening today, as you heard Catherine say, Governor Martinez is expected to sign a bill putting the overdose-preventing drug naloxone in the hands of law enforcement officers. House Bill 370 calls on state and local agencies to provide officers with 2 naloxone rescue kits and education on opioid-related overdoses. It also calls for inmates diagnosed with a substance abuse disorder to receive the same education once they're released. According to the Santa Fe New Mexican, though, some lawmakers are critical that the bill does not provide funding. But the governor's office says it's part of a larger approach to limiting drug abuse and expanding access to the antidote.